Good morning. Then the next topic is types of cooling curves. So first one is for pure metal. We already seen the cooling curve for pure metal. It is the temperature versus time curve. So A to B is the liquid state. Only sensible cooling is taken place here. Okay, only means the liquid at higher temperature will be come at lower temperature. And from B to C point, you can see there is a transformation takes place. Means at point B there is a complete liquid, and at point C there is complete solid. In between, liquid plus solid solution is there. And at point C there is the complete transformation of liquid into solid, and then after point to C to D there is the cooling of solid. Okay, so this curve is for pure metal. In pure metal, you can see from point B to C there is straight horizontal line, means phase transformation is taken place at constant temperature. Then for binary solid solution, the cooling curve is temperature versus time, and you can see here there is an inclined line from P to C. All is same, only there is a difference of here you can see a horizontal line, and here you can see a inclined line from B to C. Why this is inclined? Because in a binary solid solution, binary means there are two components. In binary solid solution there are two components. Binary means two, so there are two components, hence the melting point of two metals are different. Okay, metals are different. Because of that difference in the melting point, the solid solution or alloy cannot solidifies at constant temperature because of this temperature difference or melting point difference. So this is the basic reason why this is line is inclined. Okay, so these are the two main types of cooling curve, first one for pure metal and second one for binary solid solution. Okay, then the next type is binary eutectic alloy. Binary means two, so here components are two. Okay, so it is also time versus temperature versus time dependent diagram. So you can see here it is similar to the pure metal. You can see here it is the straight line from point B to C. The phase transformation taken place at constant temperature. At point B there is complete liquid, and at point C there is complete solid. Okay, and here S1 is for solid 1 and S2 for solid 2. Solid means metal 1, metal 2. Okay, so the this is the liquid. Okay, and in liquid, metal 1 and metal 2 both are in liquid state, and when point B reaches, the transformation is taken place. Okay, and the liquid is converted into solid at point C. You can see here at point C there is a complete transformation of solid 1 and solid 2 at same temperature. Means the eutectic mixture is a such type of mixture when we mix solid 1 on solid 2 or metal 1 and metal 2, it solidifies at same temperature. Okay, and here the composition of S1 and S2 is different. Okay, and at certain point in eutectic system, at certain point the mixture is behave like a pure metal. Means in binary eutectic alloy system, eutectic mixture of S1 and S2 or metal 1 and metal 2 is prepared so that it behaves like a pure metal. Okay, means binary eutectic alloy system is same as a pure metal system, only in pure metal only one metal is present, means pure metal is there, and in binary eutectic system there are two metals or two components are there. Okay, hence we get S1 and S2 as output of this system. Okay, S1 and S2 means metal 1 and metal 2 at solid state. Then last one is off eutectic binary alloy system. It is also known as hypoeutectic or hypereutectic. Okay, it is hypo or hyper means less eutectic mixture or more eutectic mixture. For example, in this system 20% is metal 1 and 80% is metal 2, our eutectic mixture. When we reduce the amount of metal 1, then it is known as hypo, means we have reduced the amount of metal 1 in the alloy. And if we increase the amount of metal 1 in this system, it is also known as hyper eutectic system, means it is dependent on the mixture. Okay, so in hypo or hyper eutectic system, you can see this is temperature versus time dependent diagram. You can see such type of alloy formation is taken place here, and you can see such type of diagram here. Okay, it is the combination of binary solid solution as well as binary eutectic system. Okay, so you can see the mixture of these two in off eutectic type of system, means it behaves here, it behaves as a binary solid solution, and when it reaches at a mixture, it solidifies at constant temperature, means it behaves like a binary eutectic system. So these are the 4 types of cooling curves which are in our syllabus. Okay, next one, this is the application of Gibbs phase rule here. Okay, for point A to B, you can see here A to B, there is only one phase, liquid phase is there. In number of phases, here we have applied Gibbs phase rule, P plus F is equal to C plus 1. Okay, in A to B, you can see in A to B there is only one phase, liquid phase is there. Okay, means P is equal to 1, and F we need to calculate. F means degrees of freedom, we have to calculate degrees of freedom. C means components. So how many components are there in pure metals? Only one component. Pure metal means only one, no adulteration or ingredients, other ingredients available here. Okay, and 1 plus 1. Okay, so after simplification you will get F is equal to 1, means degrees of freedom is equal to 1. So when degrees of freedom is equal to 1, it is also known as univariant system. Okay, means 1 degrees of freedom univariant, 0 degrees of freedom invariant, 2 degrees of freedom bivariant. Okay, so such type of naming system is given to this. Okay, when we reaches at B to C level, B to C. Okay, in B to C you can see phases are 2, one phase is liquid and second phase is solid. So number of phases is 2 and component is 1. Okay, pure metal means one component. So after simplification you will get F is equal to 0. Okay, means it is an invariant system. Okay, 0 means invariant system. In third case, C to D, you can see in C to D, here also solid is present, means phase is 1, and pure metal means components is 1. So after simplification you will get F is equal to 1, means univariant system. So how we have calculated? By using Gibbs phase rule. You can see here we have applied Gibbs phase rule at A to B first, then B to C, and then C to D, and we have calculated degrees of freedom, and degrees of freedom comes out to be F is equal to 1 for liquid state and F is equal to 0 for liquid plus solid state, and S is equal F equal to 1 at solid state. Okay, so then we have applied same principle at binary solid solution. In binary solid solution you can see in A to B. Okay, in A to B phase is 1, phase is liquid phase, and metals are components are 2, binary means 2 components. So we have substitute P is equal to F and C equal to 2 in this equation. You can see P is equal to 1, so 1 plus F is equal to 2 plus 1. So in this system after simplification we will get F is equal to 2, that is bivariant system. So in A to B we will get bivariant system, and in B to C you can see in B to C there are 2 components, binary means 2 components, and phases are 2, L plus S, there are 2 phases and 2 components. After simplification, after putting the values in Gibbs phase rule, after simplification we will get F equal to 1, that is univariant system. Okay, and then at C to D you can see in C to D, yes means solid phase is there, only one phase is there, and binary means 2 components are there. So after in substituting the values of P and C you will get F is equal to 2, that is bivariant system. Okay, So in binary solid solution we will get bivariant, univariant and bivariant, and in pure metal what you will get univariant, invariant and univariant. Okay, then in third case binary eutectic system, in binary eutectic system we have put the value of, in A to B system only one phase is there, okay, and binary means two components are there. After putting the values of P and F, P and C, P equal to 1 and C equal to 2, you will get F equal to 2, means degrees of freedom is equal to 2, that is bivariant system. And in B to C, if you see B to C, here number of phases are 3, okay. Why number of phases are 3? First phase is liquid phase, second phase is solid 1, means we can distinctly separate solid 1 and solid 2 in a solution, okay, means solid 1 is in blue color for example and solid 2 in yellow color, so we can easily separate or distinguish solid 1 and solid 2 in liquid solution, and liquid for example green color. So we can separate all these three, hence there are 3 phases and number of components are 2 because it is the binary system. So binary system means number of components are 2. After substituting the values of P and C, you will get F equal to 0, means invariant system, okay. So in third phase C to D we have got here S1 and S2 after solidification, means we can separate S1 and S2, for example blue and yellow, we can easily identify or distinguish S1 and S2 in a solid state, okay, means P equal to 2 here and number of components C equal to 2, okay. After substituting the values of P and C, here we will get univariant system, okay. F equal to 1 means univariant system. So in binary eutectic alloy system we will get bivariant system, invariant system and univariant system here, okay. And then in last step of eutectic binary alloy system, okay, in A to B state only L is present, means phase is 1, and binary system means number of components are 2. After substituting the value you will get F equal to 2, means bivariant system, it is similar as the binary eutectic system. In second phase we will get L plus S, okay. In B to C you can see, in B to C there is L plus S1 or L plus S2, means only one metal is solidified and another in liquid state, and liquid is miscible form, means liquid and solid 2 mixture or liquid and solid 1 mixture is of same color, means we cannot identify or separate liquid and S1 or liquid and S2 mixture, okay. And the solid metal we can separate out or identify, means there are 2 phases, okay. So P equal to 2 here, and C components are 2, components is constant here, okay. So component cannot change. So in this L plus S you can see P equal to 2 and C equal to 2, and we will get F equal to 1, means univariant type of system. In third case you can see, in third case C to D there are 3 phases and number of components are 2, okay. L plus S1 plus S2 means there are 3 distinct phases. After substituting the values of P and C, you will get F equal to 0, means invariant system, you will get invariant system. And in the last D to E type of system or line, you observe here number of phase is 1, okay. Yes, only solid phase is there, okay. So phase is 1 and number of components are 2, okay. After substituting the values you will get values of degrees of freedom. So in this lecture we have seen the types of cooling curves. So there are 4 types of cooling curves for pure metal, binary solid solution, then binary eutectic alloy system, and then off eutectic type of system, okay. So there are 4 types of cooling curves. So first, what is cooling curve? We know that cooling curve is temperature versus time curve, okay. When we plot temperature versus time curve, okay, we will get a cooling curve. Why it is cooling? You can see here it is continuously going downward, Okay, continuously going downward means temperature is reducing. You can see here on this y scale is temperature, and you can see here temperature is falling, means cooling is taken place here, means it is, hence it is known as cooling curve. Okay, and in cooling curve there are two. If you observe any curve, there are some sensible cooling region and some are latent cooling or latent heat removal type of regions. Okay, where uh, phase transformation take place and where temperature is reduces. Okay, okay, in A to B you can see temperature is reducing, and in C to D you can see temperature is reducing or temperature is falling. But in B to C region, okay, if you see B to C region, in B to C region only phase transformation is taken place, means temperature is not reducing. Okay, and then what I have done here, we have calculated the degrees of freedom for each system. Okay, for each system we have calculated degrees of freedom, and by using Gibbs phase rule. We have already seen Gibbs phase rule in previous lectures, so we have implemented that Gibbs phase rule here, and we have found out the values of degrees of freedom. Okay, so degrees of freedom is nothing but a number of independent variables associated with the system. So number of independent variables means we have 4 number of independent variable in our metallurgy. What are these 4 variables? Pressure, volume, temperature and composition. Okay, so thank you.